Hello students, welcome to Iasbyheart. In your UPSC Civil Services preparation, the first advice your seniors and your teachers will give you is to read the NCERT books thoroughly. There are hundreds of NCERTs and syllabus is so vast. Luckily, we need not read all the books. We just have to read a very important topics and very important NCERTs to sail through the UPSC prelims and mains. In this video, we have compiled a list of must-read NCERT books and how to study selectively for both prelims and mains. We'll start with History NCERTs. History carries almost 40% weightage in prelims, so familiarizing oneself with history becomes indispensable. The first two books in our must-read list are Our Pasts Part 1 and 2 of 8th Standard class. Next set of books in history is Class 12 Themes in Indian History Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. Next subject is Art and Culture. For Indian Art and Culture, Class 11 and Introduction to Indian Art book should be more than enough. Society book of Class 12 will help you in getting a basic concept straight about the society. Class 11 Fundamentals of Physical Geography and Class 11 India Physical Environment. Class 12 Fundamentals of Human Geography and Class 12 Indian People and Economy. Reading these four books will help you in prelims and main stages of the exam. For Indian Polity, Class 11 Indian Constitution at Work book is important. With regard to Indian economy, Class 12 Introduction to Microeconomics and Class 12's Introduction to Macroeconomics book should suffice. For science, aspirants are advised to go through at least these selected chapters from the mentioned standards. In 6th standard book, The Living Organism and Surroundings of Chapter 9, and in 7th standard book, Weather and Climate Adaptations of Animals and Soil of Chapter 7 and 9. In 8th standard, Chapter 1, Chapter 5, 7, 12 and 18 are important. In 9th standard, Chapter 14 of Natural Resources, and in 10th standard, Chapter 14, 15, 16 are important from prelims perspective. Class 11 Biology textbook and 10th unit of 12th standard Biology book are important. Some points to remember while studying from the NCERT textbooks. First, make a list of all the books that you have to read and stick to this list. Next, while studying, underline and highlight all the important points. This will make revision easier. After your first reading of the NCERT, mark the important points and highlight them. This will help in your revision process. In your second and third revision, you can just read these points to save time. Next important thing, before getting into NCERTs, have a look at the previous year questions. This will help you in finding out what type of questions are asked. Only then you will know what to highlight in NCERTs. Next important thing is revision. I cannot stress this point more because revision is the key to success. You should revise the NCERT books ideally 2 to 3 times before the exam. Next important thing is have a time schedule to finish your NCERTs and stick to it. Depending upon one's reading pace, this time schedule varies from person to person. Next important thing is pay attention to the information boxes after each chapter. These boxes of information in NCERTs are an important source of prelims question. For example, here the Ashokan inscriptions were in Prakrit language. This has a high possibility of appearing in your prelims question. In this, the Sudarshana lake is an artificial reservoir and it is built by ruler Rudramal. These are important points for you to remember in your prelims. The NCERT books are very helpful for factual content, especially for UPSC prelims. For example, of Veera Shaivism of Karnataka, this will give you the place, the time and who was the important leader and what was his book or sayings. These points will frame a very important area for UPSC to dive in with regard to prelims. A factual question can easily be framed on this in the prelims examination, such as who was the initial Jaina of Veera Shaivism? The answer would be Basavanna. If you have read this part and made notes of this, you would be able to easily solve this question. You might have questions in your mind like, are NCERTs enough for UPSC? NCERT books are a must for IAS exam. However, candidates should also refer to subject-specific books, for example, Indian Polity for Lakshmikant and other books, and also one has to keep a tab on current affairs. So students, we have reached the end of this video. We are sure that the comprehensive NCERT book list we have provided will help you save time during the UPSC preparation. All the best.